Welcome traders, I'm back again with another video. In this video, I'll be telling you everything that you need to know about order blocks, the secret behind every order block. I'm going to show you everything in this video. Order blocks play a major role when it comes to entry for smart money traders. So I'm going to be teaching you things that you have to know, or the criteria that have to be met before you take trade using order blocks. I'm going to tell you everything in this video. Let's go to this one. This is a good order blocks. You can see I'll mark it over here. Good order block, good order block. And what did you see over here? Liquidity was taken from this previous candle before the major move to the downside. And after the major move, we have an imbalance over here. That makes these order blocks a good order blocks for us to trade. And when it comes to this, you can see over here that liquidity was taken and the price moved rapidly to the downside, created an imbalance over here as well. So that makes this order block a good order block for us to trade because it has imbalance. Liquidity was taken. This order block is good for us to trade as a smart money trader. And when it comes to this one too, imbalance, liquidity was taken, make this order block a very good one for us to trade. Let's move to this one. Right here, you can see that liquidity was taken. Liquidity was taken, all right. But this order block right here is not a good order block for us to trade. It is wrong order block. But the order block was shifted from this candle to this, even though liquidity was taken over here. Why? Because we don't have an imbalance. We don't have to wait for price to get to this order block before we enter trade. If not, the move is going to move away from us. Why did I choose this order block as a good order block for us to trade? Because it has an imbalance. Liquidity was taken over here. That makes this order block a very good order block for us to trade. And when it comes to these, liquidity was not taken, but there is an imbalance over here. That doesn't make this order block a good order block for us to trade because liquidity was not taken. Before we choose a candle as an order block, liquidity have to be taken. Like this, liquidity was taken, created imbalance over here. So this is the order block, not this. We don't have to wait for price to come to this side. Look at what happened over here. Liquidity was taken over here. Price moved rapidly to the downside, created an imbalance. So these two criteria met over here. Liquidity was taken, imbalance was created. So that makes this order block a very good one for us to trade. But these, only one was met, which is the imbalance, and this liquidity sweep doesn't happen. So this is not a good order block for us to trade. When you trade over here, price is going to move straight to your stop loss, especially when we have an order block sitting right here, which has liquidity taken, created a good imbalance. Price is going to move towards your stop loss over here. When it comes to order block, candle color doesn't matter. The liquidity have to be taken, imbalance have to be created. That's what we call an order block. So let's move to this one, the bearish aspect. You can see this is the same thing that happened over here. Liquidity was taken. Liquidity was taken. There is an imbalance. So this order block is a very good one for us to trade. Liquidity was taken over here. Price moved rapidly to the upside. There is an imbalance over here. So that makes this order block a very good one for us to trade. What happened over here? The liquidity was taken, but there is no imbalance right here. The imbalance was created right here. So this order block is a very good one for us to trade, not this one. You don't have to wait for price to come to this over here, at this point over here before taking trade. Price is going to tap into this and move away from you. But when you're putting your stop loss, you can put your stop loss below this and put your entry right here. And that's going to be very good when you wanted to trade order blocks. People do trade imbalances, but if people can trade this imbalance by putting it over here, a buy trade here, putting their stop below this low right here. So you can see what happened to this. Liquidity was not created, but imbalance was created. there is no need for us to enter trade over here because we don't have any liquidity sweep right here, no liquidity taken. So there is no way for us to enter trade over here. So guys, I'll be taking you to the chart and show you 2 or 3 examples. Then we move on. You are going to be seeing order blocks differently. These criteria to be met before taking trade. Don't just think this an order block because the candle color is different over here, then you take trade over here. Something like this. No, price is going to move towards your stop. So there is no way for you to be trading that way. But look at what happened right here. Look at this order block over here. A good order block which has an imbalance. Liquidity was taken right here. Liquidity was taken. Liquidity was taken. And you can see this imbalance over here. There is a big imbalance over here. There is a big imbalance over here. And that makes this order block a very good one for us to trade. So you can see what happened when price tapped into it. Look at what happened. Price moved from here. Let me see the pip. 75 pips, which is a good thing. And let me see your stop loss placement. This is roughly 20 pips, 19.5, 20 pips. You can make it 20 pips, and you can see how this is very good because the idea behind this was that liquidity was taken over here. Price moved rapidly to the upside, created this imbalance, and you can see what happened over here. Let me show you this order block. This example. Let me show you this example over here. Liquidity was taken from this candle. Price moved rapidly to the downside, but there was no imbalance. This was the candle that took the liquidity, but there was no imbalance right there. Everything was being mitigated. So look at what happened. This is now the order block. You can see this is now the order block because this has liquidity was taken, and this was when the imbalance was being created. So this is now the order block. There is no need for us to wait for price to come to this side before we take trade because price is going to fill this imbalance and move price away from us. So look at what happened. You can see what happened over here. Price tapped into this. Let's see the stop loss placement. This like 10. $68 pips, which is very good. You can see how this order block work over here. So there is no need for you to be waiting for this order block to be filled. Price mitigate that area already. And this is when the imbalance was created. So price is going to mitigate up to this end and move price away. You can look at what happened over here, right? Let's see what happened over here. Price came, took liquidity from this candle, and took liquidity from this candle as well. You can see it over here. Took liquidity from this candle as well, and price moved rapidly to the downside. Look at what happened. Price already mitigated the imbalance and price moved away, but look at what happened after that. Price came to this. Price came to this order block. After the imbalance was being mitigated, price came back to mitigate this order block and move price to the downside. After that, price moved to the upside again, and look at what happened over here. This candle took liquidity from this candle, of which we have to use this candle as an order block. But look at what happened. No imbalance was created. So we are going to use this candle as an imbalance because it also took liquidity from this, and this also took liquidity from this. So we are going to use this candle as an order block. And look at what happened. So for you to put your stop loss at the safer side, you put it at this high over here. You can see price didn't take above that high over there. You can put your stop loss at the safer side. You can put your stop loss at the safer side, which is this right here, almost 16, 17 pips. And after that, you can see what happened over there. Most of the time, you don't have to jump into trade. You just have to wait for confirmation. You can see what happened over here. It is because of news. That's what all these stuff happen over here. So you put in a stop loss at the top of these is a safer side, or top of these is a safer side. And after that, look at what you've had over here. Almost 85 pips, 85, 86 pips, which is very good. So traders, I hope this video helped you a lot to understand order blocks very well. You know that what for us to identify order blocks, you have to look for two main criteria. Order block liquidity have to be taken, imbalance have to be created. So when the two of them met at the same time, that means the probability of that order block is very, very high and you can trade it. But when one is met, the other is not met, don't move to it. It is a trap. And if you don't understand something in this video, you can ask question in the comment section and I will be very, very happy to reply to your comments and help you understand it very well.